Breaking tonight, you will be able to watch it live on your iPhone or on your television. Fulton County Judge Scott McAfee just issued an order stating that former President Donald Trump's Georgia trial will be televised and live streamed. And that's not the only news out of Fulton County tonight. How long is Attorney General Merrick Garland going to do nothing? Another murder plus 2 stabbings inside the Fulton County Jail. The murder is number 5 since Attorney General Merrick Garland decided in early July to investigate this jail for civil rights violations. How many more murders will it take before Garland admits the Fulton County Jail needs to be shut down immediately and the prisoners inside transferred to another facility? It's inconceivable that the Attorney General needs more evidence to satisfy his investigation other than 5 deaths. The rest of us know the Fulton County Jail violates the constitutional rights to be free from cruel and unusual punishment, so why doesn't he? The detainees in that jail are presumed innocent, and yet some are getting the death penalty without even a trial. And by the way, DA Fani Willis, she knows all about this jail. It is no secret. You know about it, I know about it, New York Times knows about it. Yet the DA is not asking the Attorney General to shut it down immediately, but instead, she's asking Fulton County judges, send more people there. Also tonight, questions in Washington. Are Republicans going to impeach President Biden? The drum roll inside the Republican Party is getting louder. Many congressional Republicans are pushing it forward, calling on their leadership to launch an impeachment inquiry into President Joe Biden. And today, that drum roll getting louder with a dump of new documents showing a series of communications between Hunter Biden's business and the vice president's office. Records released from the National Archives show Hunter Biden's investment firm, Rosemont Seneca Partners, exchanging more than, sit down for this number, 1,000 emails with Joe Biden's office during his time as vice president. The trove of emails was obtained by America First Legal from the National Archives. The 1,000 emails are dated between 2011 and 2013. The emails show a direct line of communication between the office of the vice president and Hunter Biden's business. So what possibly could the vice president's office want from employees at Rosemont Seneca or vice versa? According to America First Legal press release, the documents include White House guest lists, seating assignments, and biographies of guests for various official events like the 2012 United Kingdom State Dinner, the 2013 Turkey State Luncheon, and the 2014 France State Dinner. Why was this information shared with Rosemont Seneca employees? It almost seems like the VP office thought Rosemont were party planners and not an investment firm. And tonight there's more about the dysfunctional Wisconsin Supreme Court. This is the record. The House Ways and Means Committee is one of the 3 Republican-led committees investigating Hunter Biden's business dealings. Committee member in Tennessee, Congressman David Kustoff, joins me. Good evening, sir.
Hey, good evening, Greta. Thank you for having me this evening.
Are you in favor of an impeachment inquiry of the president?
I think we're awfully close. You know, the thing about the impeachment inquiry, and I think Speaker McCarthy has done a good job explaining the difference between the inquiry and the actual proceedings of impeachment. But you know, you just previewed it. There's a lot there, and certainly in our committee, in the Ways and Means Committee, we had developed actually the testimony of the 2 IRS agents, the one who identified as a Republican, the one who identified as a Democrat, who were directly investigating Hunter Biden for these years. So I think we're pretty close. I want to see a number of things. First and foremost, the testimony of the Attorney General before either Jim Jordan's committee or before the Committee of Oversight, Jamie Comer's committee.
Congressman, I followed this reasonably closely. I don't have any sort of behind-the-scenes, closed-door interview documents. I can't get access to those. But what I don't understand is this. I mean, what I've seen so far makes things look really shady involving Hunter Biden. But I don't see exactly what it is that you maintain are high crimes and misdemeanors, which would warrant an impeachment. So exactly what is it that the president did to either take money illegally or change policies? Tell me exactly what it is. Is it getting the prosecutor fired in Ukraine? Is that it, or what are you focusing on?
Well, there's a lot. And obviously that the firing of the Ukrainian prosecutor is something that we need to further develop. I go back to, if I can, the investigation that came out of the Ways and Means Committee, where you had these agents who talked about that they were stymied in their investigation, and specifically the WhatsApp message that we all know about, where Hunter Biden was communicating with this Chinese emissary, and he talked about that his father was right there. Well, if his father truly was right there, that leads to not only concerns from people in my district, but I think people across the country, and that leads to high crimes and misdemeanors. The problem that I've got, among others, is that those two agents testified that they were stymied by people within the Department of Justice and the IRS.
But that seems to me, I mean, directly, my first question is that the Attorney General is responsible there, and I've got a beef with the Attorney General about him looking the other way in this Fulton County jail, which I think is deplorable. But do you have anything, I mean, are you saying that the President told the Attorney General just, look the other way and don't do anything? I mean, it seems to me is that the Attorney General would be someone I'd want to ask questions of.
Well, you're right. Kind of backtracking a little bit, we want to hear from the Attorney General. We want to hear from U.S. Attorney and now Special Counsel David Weiss. But if I could go back to that WhatsApp message, because this is important, if Joe Biden really was there when Hunter Biden sent that message, that's a clear violation. But those two agents, they were stymied by their higher-ups and those in the Department of Justice from doing things that they would do if they were investigating, Greta, you or me, and particularly using location services to determine whether Joe Biden was there when Hunter Biden sent that message, where was Hunter Biden. They would have used those location services investigating you, me, Joe Jones, Mary Brown, anybody, but they weren't allowed to do it involving Hunter Biden and Joe Biden. So got a lot of concern. To your point, we need to hear from the Attorney General. We need to hear from David Weiss about what authority he did have in the investigation, what he didn't have. Was he really about to dismiss everything and earlier this year?
Don't get me started on him. Don't get me started on him. And I don't want to drag this too long, but in October of last year, he didn't want to charge anything. Then all of a sudden he offers in April the sweetheart deal, and then he offers this, I mean, he's got a lot of questions to answer, David Weiss. I mean, in the special counsel, but I got to go, but I hope you come back because there's a lot to be discussed on this. Congressman David Kustoff, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Greta. Thank you for having me.